Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man wala. Then we will not cease to be inside of this hadith, the 35th hadith, al-hadith al-khamis wa thalathun. And we stopped yesterday after wala tadabaru, the explanation of wala tadabaru, and do not turn your backs on one another. And he says wala yabi' ba'dukum ala bay'i ba'din. Earlier we had wala tanajashu. Wala tanajashu was where a person would come and drive up the price of an item that he did not want. Right? He would drive up the price of an item that he did not want. So someone would come and say, I'll give you 120 for that. After he said, I'll give you 100. Right? Just to drive it up. He doesn't even want it. He just doesn't want that other person to get it, or he wants that person to pay more. Here, the Sheikh is going to explain the difference. وَلَا يَبِعْ بَعْدُكُمْ عَلَى بَيْءِ بَعْدٍ. يعني شخص, a person, a person, يريد, and he wants that يبيع هذه سلعتي or سلعة because it is what he wants to sell. يبيع هذه سلعة, he wants to sell this سلعة. سلعة, as we said, is a commodity or a good, an item. قال, he says, بكم, how much? Right? بكم. قال بمئة. بمئة. As we said yesterday, then we found out that mi'a is not mamnu min as-sarf. In fact, in Surah Al-Kahf, we can find it being majroor with kasras, right? بمئة. He says for 100. With 100, but really for 100. فيقول الآخر. So another one, he says, تعال. تعال. This is like from the same root word ta'ala, subhanahu wa ta'ala, but here it means come on, come here. Ta'al. Right? Ta'al. This verb, it only has a command form. There is no present, there is no past. And there's one other verb, I think, like this, but I cannot remember what it is. It only has a command form. Hat. Hat. Bring this. It only has a command form. Hat and ta'al. There may be others, but these are the two that I'm aware of. Right? Ta'al and hat. Hat meaning bring this. Right? Ta'al is come here. You want to talk to a woman? Ta'ali. Come here. Right? Or let's go. Come on. Ta'al. Let's go. Come on. So this guy, he says, فَيَقُولُ الْآخَرُ. So the other one, he says, ta'al. أَنَا عِنْدِي. أَنَا, I, عِنْدِي, with me, نَفْسُ السِّلْعَةِ. نَفْسُ سِلْعَتِي. نفس السلعة مضاف مضاف إليه. Right? أعطيك. أعطيك. I'll give it to you. أعطيك. I'll give you. إياها. It. I'll give it to you. إياها here being الضمير منفصل, a separated pronoun. And it's there because we already have ka on the u'ti. We can't say u'tikaha. I'll give you it. I can't add both of those together, right? I have to have something to hold that pronoun. So u'tika iyaha. I'll give you it. Bi khamsin riyal. Bi khamsina riyalin. For 50 riyals. That's Saudi money, right? Saudi money is riyals. Bi khamsina riyalin.
Yeah, ye khamsina.
Bi
khamsina.
No. Bi khamsina riyalin. He says, أنا عندي نفس السلعة أعطيك إياها ب50 ريال. هذا من باب البيع. This is from باب البيع, the chapter of selling على بعض, meaning on another person. We have chapter here, that word bab, that means this is from the angle, or this is from the subject of. This is from the subject of selling on another. لا يبيع بعضكم على بيع بعض. Right? وكذا العكس. وكذا, and likewise العكس, the opposite. الشراء على شراء. الشراء على شراء. Or not a, but shira'i, not with an ayn. Right? وكذا العكس, and likewise the opposite. الشراء على شراء, selling upon another seller. Right? Selling upon another. فمثلا الشخص, the person, يريد أن يشتري السلعة. He wants to buy a sil'a. Right? That's why it's mansub. مفعول به. يريد أن يشتري السلعة. He wants to buy a commodity, a good, an item. بمئة.
So that's going to be Mia 10 pretty much regardless of where it's at?
Well, if it's B, because B is with, Mia is the word. Mia is the word. So B is going to make it majroor. It could be mi'atun or mi'atan, depending on where it's at in the sentence. It could be al-mi'a. And then it is going to be mi'atu, mi'ata, mi'ati. Right? If it has alif lam on it. But here it has B, so of course it's going to be mi'atin. وَيُرِيدُ هَذَا. So he says, فَمَثَلًا, so for example, الشخص يريد أن يشتري السلعة بمئة. The person, he wants to buy the item for 100. وَيُرِيدُ هَذَا, and this one wants أن يأخذ منصوب after أن يأخذ هذه السلعة بمئة. He wants to take this, and this one wants to take the item for 100. فيقول, right? فيقول أنا أشتري منك. أشتري منك السلعة بمئة وعشرين. I buy it from you. أشتري منك بمئة السلعة. I buy from you the item بمئة وعشرين. حتى ما يأخذها هذا.
Khuta.
يأخذوها يأخذوها. There's nothing to make it mansub. حتى ما يأخذوها هذا. Just so this one doesn't take it. Similar to ولا تناجشوا. So the second part he's really explaining is لا تناجشوا. Right? To drive the price up. Right? The first part, he says وكذا العكس. From there, really, that is وَلَا تَنَاجَشُوا. Right? That is, don't drive the price up. Right? This one is, don't drive the price down. وَلَا يَبِعْ بَعْدُكُمْ عَلَى بِيعِ بَعْدٍ. Meaning, don't drive the price down. Meaning, this one, he's already got the person to buy the item for 100. The person has already agreed to the purchase. And then you come and say, how much is he selling it to you for? Nah, man, I give it to you for 50. Then this is prohibited. Right? This is prohibited. Once they agree on a price. Of course, if you go to the marketplace and you say how much you're selling this for, 50, you can go to the other guy, man, that guy got it for 50, man, I go get it from him. You say 100. No, I'll give it to you for 45. Okay, I'm going to buy it from him. You don't give it to me for 45. That's different. But once you agree on a price, once the buyer and the seller agree for you to come in and say, I'll sell it to you for less, then this is what's prohibited. As for in an auction, or when there's a item going for sale, if he says, how much you going to give me for this cow? This guy says, I'll give you 80. Well, I'll give you 100. Well, I'll give you 110. Like in an auction, that's different. Unless the person is doing it just to drive the price up. And you become skilled and you know when to back out at the last minute. You drove the price up at the last minute. Sometimes the person gets stuck. If you ever seen Storage Wars or something like that, sometimes the person didn't really want it. They were just trying to drive the price up. But that other person backed out and they got stuck with it. Right? That's one of the evil consequences of just bidding and driving the price up. However, also, even if you didn't, you caused the other person to spend more money than they were going to spend. And this is the opposite of the whole purpose of this hadith, which is the next part. وَكُونُوا عِبَادَ اللَّهِ إِخْوَانًا. And be, O slaves of Allah, brothers. وَكُونُوا عِبَادَ اللَّهِ إِخْوَانًا. يعني هذه هي النتيجة. Natija is similar to the word maqsood and what is intended. Natija is the goal. The natija is the goal. هذه هي النتيجة. This is the goal. لِتَكُونُوا عِبَادَ اللَّهِ إِخْوَانًا. To be, O slaves of Allah, brothers. Right? لا تحاسدوا ولا تناجسوا ولا تباغضوا ولا تدابروا ولا يبع بعضكم على بيع بعض. This is the whole purpose. وَكُونُوا عِبَادَ اللَّهِ إِخْوَانًا. And to be slaves of Allah, brothers. Or be, O slaves of Allah, brothers. Al-Muslim akhul Muslim. The brother, the Muslim is the brother of the Muslim. We see akh here having a waw because it is from the asma'ul khamsa, the 5 nouns. Ab wa akh wa ham wa fam wa dhu. That whenever they become marfu', whenever they become either mudaf or when they take a pronoun, then you have to add a waw if it's marfu', an alif if it's mansub, or a ya if it's majroor. The Muslim is the brother of a Muslim. هذه قاعدة عظيمة. This is a tremendous principle. المسلم أخو المسلم. Right? لا يظلمه. لا يظلمه. يظلمه. He does not wrong him. He does not oppress him. لا يقع. He does not fall. He does not fall. Fi ظلمه, in his oppression, in his wronging him. لا يجوز للمسلم, for a Muslim, أن يظلم مسلما. It's not permissible for a Muslim
Yeah.
to,
No, I'm trying to look at it. I see I'm in the wrong place. See.
لا يقع في ظلمه, he doesn't fall into his wronging or his oppression. لا يجوز للمسلم أن يظلم مسلما. Not permissible for a Muslim to oppress a Muslim. And I'm going to add here, just for anyone who might want to hear that, who knows if a non-Muslim might want to listen to this one day. ولا يجوز للمسلم أن يظلم غير مسلم. And it's not permissible for a Muslim to wrong a non-Muslim. Can't wrong a non-Muslim either, right? For there is no hijab between the dua of the oppressed person, even if that person is a kafir. Right? Any questions?
لا هذه قاعدة عظيمة مسلمة أخو مسلم.
No. Inshallah, let's read that, inshallah.
ولا يبيع بعدكم ألا
بيعي
بعد
بيعي
بيعي بعد. I don't know where I get that fitting from. So keep saying I'll leave B. يعني شخص يريد أن يبيع هذه السلعة بكم قل
معاوية
فيقول آخر تعال أن عندي نفس
Brush the teeth. Did she make you a lunch?
سلعتي سأعطيك إياها خمسين ريال. هذا من بعد بالبعد
بيعي باب البيع
بيعي بعد وكفى أقصى الشراء على الشراء. فما مثل الشخص يريد أن يشتري السلعة بمئات ويريد هذا أن يأخذ هذه سلعة بمئات فيقول أنا أشتري منك السلعة بمئات وعشرين حتى ما يأخذها هذا. وكونوا عباد الله إخوانا. يعني هذه هي النتيجة لتكونوا عباد الله إخوانا. لا تحاسدوا ولا تناجشوا ولا تباغضوا ولا تدابروا ولا تبع
لا تبع
لا تبع بعد.
لا تبع
ها
لا تبع
لا تبع
لا يبع.
Oh, يبع. That's what I said, right?
No, you said تبع because you were used
Okay.
to تحاسدوا تناجشوا
Okay.
تباغضوا تدابروا.
Okay.
You said لا تبع.
Okay, لا بعد بعدكم إلا بيع بعد. Okay. المسلم أخو المسلم. هذه قاعدة عظيمة. المسلم أخو المسلم لا يظلم. Did we go this far?
نعم.
يظلمه لا يقع في ظلمه. لا يجوز لمسلم أن يظلم مسلما
No.
ولا.
That's it.
Okay.
Unless you want to go for it, go for it.
No,
Go ahead and read the last one. Go read the next paragraph.
ولا يخذله ولا يخذله إن احتاج إلى نصرته وهو قادر على ذلك. مثلا احتاج إلى دين وهو في كرب أعنه ولا تتخاذل أن إعانته.
Oh yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. If here, I'm gonna do it sentence by sentence. I'm gonna let you read it again and then we'll fix it and we'll read it. But I'm gonna let you read phrase by phrase. Read it again. La yakdhiluhu. That's correct. La yakdhuluhu. Yakdhuluhu. You said that right. Ya la yakdhuluhu. La yakdhuluhu.
And ihtaju.
In ihtaju. Or correct.
No,
exactly correct. In ihtaja. Right?
Taja, yeah.
No, because it's past tense. Right?
Yeah, taja.
This in, you could say in because it's got a sukoon on it. But because you got two things back, you could say in ihtaja. So you could put a fatah here. No problem. Ila. In ihtaja ila.
Nas. Wana.
I'm asking you what it is so I can fix it.
I think it's a Nasri tool.
Right. But it is nusra. Nusratahu. Or nusratihi, rather. Nusratihi.
Nusratihi. Oh, okay.
No.
I knew it was a catcher in there somewhere. Nusratihi. Nusratihi. Who I said Qadiru.
That you didn't say that the first time, but that's correct. وهو قادر على ذلك.
على ذلك.
مثلا, you said that right.
Yeah. Okay, I know this one not. Yeah.
Ihtaja. No, ihtaja is past tense still.
Still a ja?
Yeah, because it's past tense. It's not ihtaja because of in. It's ihtaja because that's the past tense word. Ihtaja yahtaju. This is past tense. Right? Ihtaja. Yahtaju. If it's present tense.
Ila daina.
Ila dainin. Ila dainin. Because of ila. Right? Because of ila. Ila. My sound went out. Give me a second. Assalamu alaikum. Okay. Ila dainin. Ila dainin. Because of ila. It makes the noun after it majroor. Right? Ila dainin. Wa huwa fi. I'm asking you so I can.
Oh, kurbati, I think I said.
Kurbatin. right?
Kurbatin.
Yeah. Fadl.
Okay. Inhu. I didn't
A'inhu.
know if it was okay. Inhu. I had that right. I didn't know if it was inhu, but I said inhu. Wala tatakha. I think that thulu.
تتخاذلوا. Just like
Okay.
لا تناجشوا ولا تباغلوا لا تتخاذلوا.
Yeah.
عن
And natihi.
عن إعانته. Exactly. And just to go over the meaning of it, لا يخذله, meaning he doesn't basically desert him, right? He doesn't desert him in his time of need. إن احتاج إلى نصرته, if he needs his help, nusra, right? His nusra, from the word like إذا جاء نصر الله, if he needs his nusra, his help. وهو قادر على ذلك, and he's capable of that. He's powerful or capable or able to help him. مثلا, for example, احتاج إلى دين, he needs a loan. He needs a loan. He needs to take a debt. وهو في قربة, and he's in a difficult situation. أعنه, help him. ولا تتخاذلوا, and do not basically turn your back on him, like tadabu. Don't deprive him or like to desert him. An i'anatihi, do not deprive or desert from helping him, right? Do not do so. Jazakallah khairan. You did good, man. You read it on your own, basically. A few mistakes. I tried to turn on your mic, Abu Sumayya. I don't know what happened, but I'm trying again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. ولا بيع بعضكم على بعض
ولا يبيع بعضكم على بيع بعض.
ولا بيع
ولا يبيع
نعم ولا يبيع. I'm mixing it up. ولا يبيع بعضكم على بيع بعض. يعني شخص يريد أن يبيع هذه السلعة قال بكم قال ب100 ويقول الآخر تعال أن عندي نفس السلعة أعطيك إياها ب50 ريال. هذا من باب البيع على بعد. وكذا الشراء على الشراء. فمثلا شخص يريد أن يشتري السلعة ب100 ويريد هذا أن يأخذ هذه السلعة ب100 فيقول أنا أشتري منك السلعة ب120 حتى ما يأخذها هذا. وكانوا عباد الله إخوانا. يعني هذه هي نتيجة لتكونوا عباد الله إخوانا. لا تحاسدوا ولا تناجشوا ولا تباغضوا ولا تدابروا ولا يبيع بعضكم على بيع بعض. المسلم أخو المسلم. هذه قاعدة عظيمة. المسلم أخو المسلم لا يظلموه ولا يقع بظلمه ولا يجوز للمسلم أن يظلم مسلما ولا يخذله إن احتاج إلى نصرته وهو قادر على ذلك، مثل احتاج إلى دين وهو في قربته أعنه ولا تتخاذل عن إهانته.
No. The Shaykh, he says, وَلَا يَكْذِبُهُ وَلَا يَكْذِبُهُ لَا يَكْذِبُ عَلَيْهِ. Basically, يَكْذِبُ عَلَيْهِ. He doesn't lie on him. Here he says, فَيَجِبُ أَنْ يَكُونَ الْمُسْلِمُ صَادِقًا. يَجِبُ أَنْ يَكُونَ الْمُسْلِمُ صَادِقًا. It's obligatory on a Muslim to be truthful. مع المسلم, with the Muslim, وغير المسلم, and other than the Muslim. وفي الحديث الصحيح, and in the authentic hadith, النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عليه الصلاة والسلام يقول, he says, الصدق, الصدق, and of course on this side there's a shadda, right, because it's after the alif lam and it's a sun letter, but it's hard for me to write it, right, and then as soon as I said that I wrote it easily, right, and then I try to write it again and I can't write it. الصدق.
Okay, that's a shut over the Sukoon over the dot.
Yes. الصدق منجاه. منجاه. والكذب مهوى. Right? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, الصدق, truthfulness, منجاه. منجاه is from noon, Jim, wow. That's the root. Noon, Jim, wow. Right? Manjah means it's a safe house, a place of being safe and being guarded. Sidq is manjah. It is a safe house, a safe place, right? A matter of safety. Wal-kadhib, and lying, mahwa. Mahwa is the plural of mahwa. Mahwa is an abyss. An abyss. Right? So mahwa is like it's abyss. It's a thing where you're falling into it. Right? It's a deep, endless hole. SubhanAllah. That's a heck of a statement, right? As-sidqu manjah wal kadhib mahwa. That's an easy hadith to memorize. Right? 4 words, 5 if you count wa. Right? Wala yunajik illa sidqu. Yunajik. Yunajik. It comes from the same root, noon, jim, wow, meaning to be safe or to save something. Right? وَلَا يُنَاجِيكَ إِلَّا صِدْقُ. And nothing, basically, and nothing will save you, yunajik, save you, إِلَّا صِدْقُ, except truthfulness. Nothing's going to save you except truthfulness. Wallahu yaqul. Wallahu yaqul. And Allah, He says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullaha wa kunu ma'a sadiqeen. He says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, ittaqullaha, have this taqwa of Allah. Put this barrier between you and the punishment of Allah. The barriers by doing good deeds, by staying far away from evil deeds, by doing extra good deeds, not just the obligatory ones, so on and so forth. Whatever barrier you need to place in front of you and the punishment of Allah, then that's taqwa. Right? You can't say, well, I can go sit in the room with the woman, just me and her by herself, because I have taqwa. No. That's not what taqwa means. Taqwa means to put a barrier between you and the punishment of Allah. Right? To fear Allah, have taqwa of Allah, wa kunu, and be, this is a command to a group of people, wa kunu ma'a sadiqeen, and be with the truthful. Have taqwa of Allah and be with the truthful. Let's read that real quick so we can do this without scrolling down, inshallah ta'ala. Everything will be on one page. وَلَا يَكْذِبُهُ. تفضل.
I'm on the other page.
Right at the top. وَلَا يَكْذِبُهُ.
ولا يخطبه لا يخطب عليه فيجب أن يكون المسلم صادقا مع المسلم وغير المسلم. وفي الحديث الصحيح النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام يقول الصدق من جاء والكاذب هواه ولا ينكيك إلا الصدق والله يقول يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وكونوا مع الصادقين.
No. 1 second.
لا يقبل عليه فيجب أن يكون المسلم صادقا مع المسلم وغير المسلم. وفي الحديث الصحيح النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام يقول الصدق من جاء والكذب مأواه ولا يناجيك إلا الصدق والله يقول يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وكونوا مع الصادقين.
نعم. قال شيخ الإسلام قال if I can get my page to go down here. قال شيخ الإسلام شيخ الإسلام رحمه الله, meaning Ibn Taymiyyah, right?
No.
He says لا يعرف or لا يعرف. This would be better. يعرف being مجهول. نعم. لا يعرف. لا يعرف is he does not know. لا يعرف, it is not known. This is passive. لا يعرف لأبي بكر لأبي بكر. It's not known about Abu Bakr. It's not known for or li here, meaning here about Abu Bakr. أنه, that he كذب, that he lied كذبة, a lie, قط, fi hayatihi. It's not known that he told a lie. Qat, meaning ever. Like a single lie. Doesn't have alif lam. A lie. Any lie. No lie. It's not known that he ever told any lie. Fi hayatihi. La fi. And this should be, Allah knows best, al-jahiliyyah. And al-Islam. La fil jahiliyyah. Not in jahiliyyah, the times of ignorance before Islam. Wala fil Islam. And not in Islam. La safarin. And basically, la fi safarin. Wala fi hadarin. Even though the word fi is not there. La safarin wala hadarin. Basically, not in safar, not in traveling, and not in hadar. Hadar is being a resident, being at home. La harbin. La harbin, not in war. Wala fi silmin. And not in peace. Silm. La wala safarin wala hillin. Here by safar, and Allah knows best, the sheikh means, it means traveling, but here Allah knows best, he means like on hajj, in ihram. Not in ihram, because the opposite is hill. When he doesn't have the ihram on, when it's permissible for him to marry and wear perfume and slaughter animals and so on and so forth. La fi safarin wa la fi hillin. Not in traveling, meaning Allah knows best here, to hajj or umrah, wa la fi hill. And other than that. Lidharika, due to that, qala, he said, or it is said, luqiba. Luqiba with a shadda on the qaf. Luqiba bis Siddiq. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Right? Bis Siddiq. Or no, Siddiq. Huh? Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. I don't know how they say it now. My mind is
Siddiq.
Let me see here.
Siddiq. You got me twisted now, Siddiq.
That's what I'm saying. I got myself twisted.
Abu Bakr Siddiq. I think it might be Sa.
No, it's Siddiq. It's Siddiq.
Siddiq.
No.
Yes, Siddiq.
Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. It's funny how you know something in your mind, right? Luqiba. Luqiba is from the word laqab. Laqab is to give or to have a nickname, a laqab. So for instance, someone's laqab, his nickname, like Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, right? Like Omar al-Faruq for him, right? A person could have a nickname, right? Like Shaykh al-Islam is a nickname, right? Luqiba, he was given the nickname. It's passive. Luqiba, he was given the nickname bis-Siddiq, of Siddiq. Bi-ijma' al-ummah. Bi-ijma'i al-ummati. Right? With the consensus, the ijma', the unanimous consensus of the ummah. Right? And then he says, alayhi salatu wasalam. Could be, you could say that about Abu Bakr, no problem. Right? You could say it about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You could say it about Abu Bakr or Omar or Uthman. You could say it about the Imam of the Masjid. But normally these sallallahu alaihi wasallam, alayhi salatu wasalam, these are saved for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and radiyallahu anhu and stuff like this is saved for the Sahaba. But they're not so rigid. Islam and the language is not so rigid that we can't say. I say to you all the time, Assalamu alaikum. Right? Alayhi salam. What's the difference? Right? I tell you, Assalamu alaikum, alayka salam. What's the difference? Same thing. Right? And we want Allah to send salat upon you and to do this, no problem. When you send salah upon the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam once, Allah sends it upon you 10 times. So there's nothing wrong with saying Abdullah alayka as-salatu was-salam, no problem, but don't make it a habit. Otherwise, saying sallallahu alaihi wasallam for the Prophet is no longer going to have a miza. It's no longer going to have an advantage or a special characteristic. If you just water it down and use it for everybody all the time, then you have not given the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam something to distinguish himself with, right? Or something that we distinguish him with. So saying alayhi salatu wasalam is no problem. لذلك المرء, the person, إذا, and you would have a sukoon on the ayn, إذا اعتاد على صدق, and again there's a shadda on that sad, but just easier for me not to write it. If he اعتاد على صدق, اعتاد here means to continue on something, to insist and persist upon something, to persist and get used to it. I'tad, like the word ada, to have a custom or a habit. إذا اعتاد على صدق, if a person, if a man, المرء اعتاد على صدق, he gets used to truthfulness. يكون, it will be هو تبعه. It will be يكون, it will be هو تبعه. It will be, and then هو basically like emphasis, تبعه, his nature. ط با عين is like nature, his something that's natural to you. هو تبعه, it will be his nature. وإذا اعتاد على, it could be كذبي or كذبي. The Shaykh himself, he said كذبي here, but it could be this or that. They're both the same, right? They're both the same, كذب or كذب. وإذا اعتاد على كذبي يكون هو كذلك, then it will be likewise, meaning it will become his nature. وأصعب, from the word صعب, meaning to be hard. وإذا أصعب, or what, not وإذا, وأصعب إبادة, and the hardest ibadah, the hardest act of worship, على المسلمين, upon the Muslims, اليوم, today, هي الصدق, it is truthfulness. وإذا أردت, and if you wanted, أن ترى, to see, صعوبة ذلك, صعوبة ذلك is مضاف مضاف إليه. ترى صعوبة, you wanted to see the difficulty, from the same word صاد عين باء as أصعب, the difficulty of that. إذا أردت أن ترى صعوبة ذلك, if you wanted to see the difficulty of that, the difficultness of that, فاختبر, this is a command, فاختبر نفسك, then test yourself. اختبر يختبر, to test, right? From the root خاف باء راء, فاختبر نفسك, then test yourself. ثلاثة أيام, how long are you going to test yourself? ثلاثة أيام, 3 days. هل تكذب أم لا, do you lie or not in them 3 days? وإذا لم تكذب, and if you don't lie, مجزوم after لم, خلال ثلاثة أيام, you don't lie, خلال meaning during, خلال is during, خلال ثلاثة أيام. You don't lie during these 3 days. Dawin. This is another command, but from form 2. Dawin. Meaning, like to take note of, to basically to count, and to take a dawin means to like for instance the dawin of the hadith was like when they collected them in books. Basically dawin, take an account, right? Take an account ma sami'tahu, what you heard. Ma, what? Sami'tahu, you heard it. Min kadhibat, from the lies. Min an-nasi, from the people. Then basically write down, not write it down, but actually take note, collect, gather what you heard from the lies of the people. Tajiduha kathiratun, or kathiratan, because it's the object of what you find. I'm sorry. Tajiduha kathiratun. Ha is the object. Ha, you find it. Kathiratun, you'll find it a lot. Fahiya min akthari as-sayyiat, from the most of the evil. Wuqu'an. And we had this exact word in the Nawaqid al-Islam. Wuqu'an, meaning to take place. From waqa'a yaqa'u, to fall. Right? Wuqu'an, that happen and occur. It's from the most evil that takes place. Bain an-nasi al-yawm, today. قال ابن القيم, right, rahimahullah, wa aslul imani as-sidqu, and the foundation of iman is truthfulness. Wa qala ibn Hazmi, or Hazmin, Ibn Hazm, he said, wa ma farraqa al-umama. Umam is the plural of ummah. And the nations were not divided. Wa shu'uba, and the people, the tribes, basically the people, illa kadhib, except lying. That's what separated. Wa ma farraqa al-umama, and nothing separated the ummas and the people, the nations and the people, illa al-kadhib, except lying. Except lying. May Allah give us truthful tongues.
Ameen.
Go ahead and read for us.
قال الشيخ الإسلامي رحمه الله ولا
يعرف
لأبي بكر أنه كتب كتبة قد في حياته لا في جاهلية ولا في الإسلام لا سفر ولا هدر لا حرب ولا في سلم ولا سفر ولا هل لذلك نكب بالصدق بإجماع الأمة صديق بإجماع الأمة عليه الصلاة والسلام. لذلك المرء إذا اعتاد على الصدق يقول هو كأوه وإذ اعتاد على الكذب يقول هو كذلك وأسأب عبادتي على المسلمين اليوم هي صدق وإذا أردت أن ترى صعوبة ذلك فاختبر نفسك
Yes. You gotta test yourself. مفعول به.
نفسك ثلاثة أيام.
نعم.
هل تقبض أم لا؟
أم لا. أم
لا.
Am means
أم
or
لا.
or not.
Okay. أم لا. وإذا لم تكذب خلال ثلاثة أيام دون ما سمعته من كذبة من الناس تجدها كثيرة فهي من أكثر السيئات وقوعا بين الناس اليوم. قال ابن القيم رحمه الله وأصل الإيمان الصدق. وقال
الصدق.
صدق
or صدق, whichever makes it easier for you. الصدق. No.
صدق. There's a shut over the dial?
No.
I mean سكون.
Sukoon over the dial, yes.
Okay. صدق. Okay. وقال ابن حزم وما فرق الأمة ما والشعوب إلا الكذب.
No. يلا أبا سمية.
قال شيخ الإسلام رحمه الله ولا يعرف لأبي بكر أنه كذب كذبة قط في آياته لا في الجاهلية ولا في الإسلام ولا سفر ولا حضر لا حسب ولا في سلم لا حرب ولا في سلم ولا سفر ولا حل. لذلك قال نكب بالصدق بإجماع الأمة عليه الصلاة والسلام. لذلك المرء إذا اعتدى على صدق يكون هو طبعه وإذا اعتدى على كذب يكون هو كذلك. وأصحاب عبادة على مسلمين اليوم هي الصدق. وإذا أردت أن ترى صعوبة ذلك فاختبر نفسك 3 أيام هل تكذب أم لا. وإذا لم تكذب خلال 3 أيام دون ما سمعته من كذبات من الناس تجدها كثيرة فهي من أكثر. Shouldn't this be فهي من أكثر?
That's what it says. Min akthari. That's what it says.
Okay, I got it. فهي من أكثر سيئات وقوعا بين الناس اليوم. قال ابن القيم رحمه الله وأصل الإيمان الصدق. وقال ابن حزم وما فرق الأمم وشعب إلا كذب.
Nah. Inshallah ta'ala. That's basically our time for today. And we'll finish the hadith tomorrow bi'idhnillahi ta'ala.
Sure.
And we're just going to, before the break that I'm going to take when I'm for the Dora coming up, as well as I'm going to make Umrah afterwards, inshallah, we're just going to continue this until that point, and then when we come back we'll have a new link, because this link will expire, and plus the time will change for you guys, and so the time will have to change for me. It'll actually stay the same time for you guys, the class, but since your your clocks will change, then I have to change the time for myself. So inshallah ta'ala, we'll have a new link at that time. We'll see you guys tomorrow bi'idhnillahi ta'ala to finish this hadith.
Put us in your prayer when you go for Umrah, inshallah, so that Allah should make this knowledge easy for us.
Ameen. Jazakumullah khairan. I will.
Jazakumullah.
Wa yakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.